responsibility among women.
He was so intelligent, he was so smart. You know what? At the point
Ladies and
he represented right?
I know I said don't do it. I'll stop pushing and have a master's degree. We're not talking about that. Hello and welcome to our first episode of The Real African Housewife. We are beautiful women that are going to be sitting here and talking about a lot of issues that affects us today. We talk about everything and anything. My name is Monica and we have,
My name is Lillian. You're welcome to The Real African Housewives, where we're going to be bringing so many hot topics that are going to be sensitive, controversial from everywhere, every corner of the world. So,
yes, and I'm Cynthia, and on this show, The Real African Housewife, we'll be talking about everything, and we're going to be as raw as ever, and we as women are going to be discussing everything that connects every woman in the world. So be on the watch out and always tune in to watch The Real African Housewives.
My name is Blessing, and we're gonna talk about religion, tradition, name it, what's not. We are going to be real, we are going to be open. So keep tuned and keep watching The Real African Housewives.
so we are so excited to come into your homes, your offices, wherever you're watching us from all over the world. But today, we're not going to leave you without giving you a sneak peek into what The Real African Housewife is all about. Today, we have something very interesting that we're going to be talking about. So, Miss Cynthia, what is it?
Wow, something very juicy, something every woman is looking for or wants in her ideal man. So today is all about the sexy part, the juicy part that you are looking for in your man. As for me, I love my men to be good looking, hot, I would say hunky, but you know what? I love my men mature so they can sweep me off my feet.
I would have thought we were talking, she was supposed to be talking about grooming, but we're thinking, this is crazy. Nothing is scripted here, but we're going to be talking about grooming in men and women. We had a lot of discussion, different, information about men and women. Do men shave? Up here, everywhere? I don't know. How do African men do this?
Well, I'm surprised you're saying that, Monica. It's weird for me to see a man who doesn't shave. I grew up, I'm used to my brothers. I see them shave, and I see a lot of men from where I'm coming from.
Men?
Absolutely, they shave.
Oh, yes.
The armpits,
Well,
it's sexy.
in my culture, since I'm talking about my ideal man, I would like my ideal man to be clean both here and down there.
That's right. And I think it's only very nice for a man to really, get clean deep down to nitty gritty and really smell good. That really attracts me.
Well,
Is that what the Africans do? Are you trying to say that the African men shave their under armpit and their private part?
Most of them do.
That's new news
Most
to
of
me.
them.
I'm an African woman, but that's very new to me. I've never heard of that.
well, when you talk about grooming can come in so many different ways.
Yes.
Yes, that is one part of it. Men actually, from where I am coming from, or where I come from, men actually do that. It's part of what the grooming process is. So, but
Yes.
today, we're not only looking at the men's grooming themselves. What about the women?
Exactly.
What about the women?
Exactly.
Do they roll on? Do they
Yes.
shave?
Yes.
Because some women really, truly, too, don't do that. Some women don't do that, and when you see them, they're sweaty all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's very important that women should groom also like the men.
I don't understand why a woman should not groom, especially a woman should look up to the par and smell good, because most men would love you and be attracted to you when you smell good and all shaved and looking,
Well,
good.
that's your opinion, because
Yes.
I lived in Europe. I spent a lot of time in Europe. This is America. In Europe, women don't shave.
Whoa.
Women don't shave their,
Wow.
Whoa.
And today is the first time, honestly, that I heard that men.
Do you shave?
Yes, I do.
So?
Yeah.
I started shaving when I came to the US. In Africa or in Europe,
No,
I never knew about shaving.
No.
Oh no.
I never
In
did.
Africa, we did.
We did.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you did. I stayed in Africa. I never shaved. I never.
That's
Jeez,
weird.
and I shave when you get.
And I think it's because because some people were never taught. My sister
Exactly,
taught me this, you know, that
exactly.
it's good to shave. It's you know, like even to walk around the house, you should put on something. That was my sister. So
What
I was
age,
taught
what
that.
year are you talking
I was
about?
like
Growing
about,
up.
because my sister is about 5 years older than me. I was like about 7. You know, she was about
Wow,
12. She was
that's-
already shaving. And
Well,
doing
me
that.
growing
Yeah.
up,
You
my
know-
mother taught me on how to be clean as a woman. You know, then when I got into high school, which is a secondary school, you know, I met friends and also in churches. They teach you how to groom. It's
You
So
know,
how does
grooming-
being clean have anything to do with shaving your legs?
As
no,
for
the
me,
shaving of the legs is something we are not used to.
Yes.
But
I'm
shaving
not-
of the
yeah.
armpit and shaving of the
The
below.
private
Yeah, I'm
part,
not
yeah.
used to shaving my legs, but shaving my armpits. And when you talk about grooming, you need to groom girls, you know, at a very young age, so they can get used to it.
Exactly.
I'm not crazy about my legs, but I have to shave my armpits and down there to make me, you know, it's all about being yourself, being clean.
Yes.
For an African woman, I'm really, really flabbergasted about this discussion because I've spent a lot of my years in Africa. I never heard before that, because first of all, we're poor.
Really?
So what kind of, what do
No,
you use
no,
in
that has-
shaving?
I disagree with you.
No, hold on. 50 or 70% of the African child don't have these commodities to go out there and
No,
buy
I
these things for-
agree with
No,
you.
let me
but
tell
we
you.
did
No,
have
no, no. Let me
powder.
tell you. No, 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 no. Let me tell
Yeah,
you what they were
powder
using. No,
talk.
let me
Yeah.
tell you what they were using. There's this thing that my dad used in shaving his face.
Yeah.
You put a razor blade on it and you screw it.
Never heard of
Oh,
It's a little
yes,
stick, the
yes,
shaving
yes,
stick.
the shaving
You take it up, then you put the blade inside,
Yeah, you
and
change
now
the
you
blade.
change the blade and you
Right.
screw it.
And
That's what
even
we're using.
people-
So,
What is it
but I want
called?
to correct
I
an
forgot.
impression.
Yeah.
Growing up, to me, growing up, even if we didn't have too much, there are a lot of people who had so much. So, but you know, shaving, stick, and all those basic things. It's like saying a girl growing up in Africa didn't use padding and menstruation.
Yes.
Come on now.
Not everyone use, excuse me.
Yes,
Some people
I believe
use
you.
toilet
I
paper.
believe
Be honest.
Some
No,
people
No,
use
yeah,
toilet
what I
paper.
mean pad is a general word.
Yes,
Do you
yes.
understand? Like
Yeah.
tissue paper or maybe cotton wool. Some
Yes.
people use
Yes.
cotton wool.
Depends on
You
what they
know,
can
yeah,
afford.
But I
it depends
know
on what
a
they
lot
were
of
able to
girls in
afford.
secondary
Yes,
school
yes.
couldn't afford the pad. They
Yes,
were all using
use toilet paper.
Which is not about it today. Some people still use
Yeah.
tissue
Oh,
paper.
that's
some
not,
people
they feel
That
more
is tissue
comfortable
paper
with that.
because
yeah.
they're comfortable with
Yes.
it. It's not everybody who is using the pad because
Yes.
it's clumsy.
You know, talking
Some
about
of them.
grooming boils down on taking care of your, you know, teeth,
Yeah.
brushing
Yeah.
your hair,
Your hair.
cut, you
Yeah.
know, living a clean life. That
Some
is
people
all
fix
about.
their hair and they leave it for 5
And why
months.
do you think we
They
do
leave
our
weave
bro,
on.
you know, with just to keep it in shape and all that too, you know, when sometimes we cut that off or something.
That is
I-
culture.
But
Yeah.
Monica,
That's culture.
Monica, the truth is, in Africa, I don't know how when you were growing up, the kind of people you mixed up with, but the thing is, grooming has been something that has been there. You
The
know,
shock I have.
to girls,
the
to
shock,
guys, you
the
know,
shock,
to men.
the shock, I still say this, the shock I have is hearing that African men shave down there or even shave their armpits. I never heard about that.
They
Wow.
do. Oh my
Wow.
God.
I'm sorry.
So, but
Did
you
you
know,
date
do
an
you have
African boy
brothers?
at all?
Yeah.
Or a Nigerian boy, for instance?
Well, I did it, but I never went down to that part. So
You
again, I
didn't?
never went to that area where
You
I was.
didn't?
I never did. Okay,
Okay.
that's what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Excuse me, can I edit that? I don't want that.
It's not going to be edited.
Take that
It's not
out.
going to be edited. So the thing is this, whether you do it or not, to me personally, this is a personal opinion.
Yes.
I don't like it when somebody gets sweaty and I'm seeing it under your
Roll on.
Roll on, yeah.
Even if you
back
have
then-
a roll on arm,
Yes.
some people because when you don't shave you get so
Yes.
sweaty and
Yes.
it stains,
Yes.
especially like in
Exactly.
Africa where it's
Oh my
very
God.
hot.
Hot, yes.
You see the
I
sweat comes on
can't.
their shirts.
And you know,
I
even
can't
back
stand
then
it.
in Africa, when I was growing up, it used to be that my sister would take talc powder, you know,
Yeah.
because then we couldn't afford deodorant or we didn't even know what deodorant was
Yeah.
or spray. She would take talc after she shaved and put it, and she said it keeps you dry. And I did try it, and it really does work, and you never
So
have
what
the
would you say about the people from Europe?
No, this is their culture.
That's their culture.
No,
give
no,
us
no.
some.
Are you saying that because they don't shave, you think they stink?
No,
Oh no,
I
definitely
wouldn't
not.
say that.
That's a cultural
I think
thing.
it's about like,
Exactly.
if we're going culturally now, that is their culture.
Yes.
Exactly.
And it
They
has
like
to be like
it.
this.
So Africans, this is. I mean, I'm really learning something. So this is nice, you know.
They
Yeah,
like
it is
it
really
too.
nice.
Exactly.
Yes, and
You know,
that-
even here where we're living, you know, in the States, some people don't, but they like it.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
They just start talking like we're not going into that discussion, but it's like talking about circumcision in men. Some
Yes.
don't circumcise. This is what they're used to. They
That's a
like it.
totally-
That's a
different
totally different
topic.
topic
Yes.
altogether. But it has to do with their culture. We're not saying that they're dirty
Yeah.
or they're,
Yeah.
you know,
No.
they're clean.
Yes.
This is what they grow up, you know,
Yeah,
being
knowing,
used to
knowing.
and
Because
knowing.
Yes.
it's all
So
about
we
yeah.
growing up, the typical African
Can you
man,
go?
If you
shakes.
grow up,
Yes.
you don't see your
You
father
know,
or your mother,
they do
you know,
that.
shaving.
You wouldn't
You
do
may
it.
not, you
Yeah.
know,
Maybe
Yeah.
our mothers, they were very ignorant, they didn't do that, but
Yes.
in this generation right now, they really do it.
Did she
Yes.
just say ignorant?
Well, ignorant because they were not too exposed. Some of
To
them,
it, yes.
some of them
Yeah.
didn't know that awareness
Yes.
didn't come to them.
Right,
The
right.
enlightenment, but now
That we are not
I think it's a
knowledgeable.
biggie.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I
because,
mean,
you know,
that's fine. I'm learning, and as you can see, we all disagree or we agree. We
Yes.
talk about everything, anything, and again, don't forget, this is not a scripted show. We
Exactly.
say whatever is in our minds,
Yeah.
and we know you're going to love us. You have no choice anyway. so I
But
mean,
there's a topic, Monica, I want to come back to that. Cynthia actually brought initially, and we didn't really touch it.
Yes.
That's about the ladies. What are they looking for in a man?
Yes.
Okay.
You know,
Wow.
some ladies, they have a lot of expectation. I
Yes.
want this man to be like
Yes.
this, and I want
Yes.
this man to be like this. And at the end of the day, they don't get such men.
Yes.
You know what happens when
It's
you
what-
don't get
And
it?
sommes they do, though. You know, they really keep
You
looking
really can
to
get it all
the-
perfect.
Yeah.
Not
If
all
you
that
can't
perfect,
get
but
it.
sometimes they do. And I believe that if you get 80% of what you're looking for, you got it.
I believe so, but you know, if you don't have, you know, what you're looking for, just try to make him, you know, be that which, you know, you always
Walking
wanted.
into it.
Yeah.
What do you think,
Walk
Monica?
around it.
I think you can change a person for who
No,
they
you
are. I think you
can't,
can
yeah.
try to make them, you know, a little
See.
more. I think a person
Yeah.
is who they are. And I think a friend of mine was telling me the other day that women have this list of what they want, and in the end when they get married, they don't even get close to that. So you
That's
know what?
exactly.
We can
Like she
dream.
said,
That's-
80%,
we can dream.
80%,
80% is
20.
large.
It's definitely.
It's difficult.
Yeah, it's
just
difficult,
Like, it's
yes.
just like a man saying, I want 90% of some certain things in a woman. You really don't get everything.
No,
You
no,
know, so
you,
it's
don't,
the
you
same
can
thing
never
with
get
women.
everything.
You have a wish
Yes.
list. I got
And
a
you
wish
wish you
list,
get the 80 or
but
90%.
sometimes
The
you
abs,
get 50.
the muscle, the
Yes.
height.
Yes.
And the truth is that you end up getting married to somebody who is
Yeah, exactly.
not
And
tall,
me personally,
but a
I
nice
love a
person.
man in a suit and in a nice, you know, pointed shoes
and
like
your
that. you know.
husband doesn't wear suits.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. When he goes out, he really does dress in suit. He likes suits.
You know,
Okay.
yeah, that's good because sometimes you get what you want, but the truth is that sometimes we don't get everything that is on our
Yes,
wish list.
yes.
And sometimes if you make them fake it, the moment you say I do, you see the real color and it becomes a problem. So
You
it's
would never
good.
be able to change
It's
who
good.
you are.
you can't
exactly.
change.
It's better not to
Well,
pretend. It's better to get in
It's
there.
good to be real, even
Yes.
if you're dating, even if you're in a relationship. Always be real to one another. So at the end of the day, what you see is what you get.
That's true.
And
Thank you
also-
so much. Thank you so much. The RAW ladies are here to talk and talk and talk, and we're here to listen. But in the end, we're going to talk about everything.
Everything and anything.
anything.
So don't forget, this is our first show. Please follow us. We are on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Go to our website, therealafricanhousewives.com. Or also, you can email us at therealafricanhousewives@gmail.com. So we'll see you next time. Lots of love.